Good morning. Morning Musings by Melinda. How are you? I put together, my hair is a mess today. I put together some stuff for you on respect. When I do couples counseling, I tell couples that it's never love that keeps people together. It's always respect. And it's the same thing with any other kind of relationship. Even when we're talking about what's happening in our government and our presidency right now, even if you hate Donald Trump and everything that he says is ridiculous, if you could respect some of the positive aspects of what's happening in the economy right now, we could come closer together. Even if you adore Donald Trump and you think everything he does is wonderful, if you could respect some of the comments that come out of his mouth are pretty ridiculous, then maybe together we would find a way to figure out what we're going to do here. And don't talk to me about politics on this, because I'm just using it as an example. I'm not telling you where I am one way or another. I'm just using that as the best example of how we have moved into such disrespect in so many ways, and there's a lot of people that are complaining about a generation of people called the millennial generation that feel entitled or have a lack of respect. I'm not sure that that's so true, but I'm just saying that word gets thrown around a lot. So here's the quote for the day: knowledge will give you power, but character will give you respect. And if you want to have respect, there are 21 ways that you can earn respect from others. And I wanted to cover these with you today because, again, respect is the ultimate connection or the ultimate connector in any relationship. Child, parent, husband, wife, in any relationship, it's respect number one, trust number two, love number three. Is if you don't trust somebody and you don't respect them, then love will eventually erode. So number one on the 21 ways that you can ask for respect from others is to be relentlessly proactive. If you're that person that is constantly asking, should I do this? How can I do this? What should I do here? What should I do there? And you're waiting for direction from others, it kind of, makes that other person feel some level of disrespect, like you can't think on your own or you can't do something on your own. Number two, keep your promises. Honor that you are keeping your commitment and your words will be honored with your actions. So important if you want someone to respect you, to honor your commitment. Now, there are times that we can't honor our commitments for whatever reasons. I mean, that happens a lot because this came up or that came up. But the truth is that if you have good communication skills and you explain that and present it in such a manner that someone will understand with good back and forth communication, which is also a form of respect, then another person will understand if you can't keep your commitment for whatever reason. But always strive to keep your promises, to keep your commitments. Number three, stop apologizing. Have you ever known that person that's always, every other word is, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. And eventually the I'm sorries don't really work anymore because it's a constant, it's just a word that's uttered without thinking, without a process, without true emotion behind it. And that does not allow for respect. Number four, don't waste other people's time. One of the things that bothers Izzy and I the most, and it just happened last week, is somebody will commit to their appointment. They will say yes to an email. They'll even say yes on the phone, and then will be a no-show. And we're like, are you kidding me? Because there are a waiting list of people who've had real tragedies that want to get in to see me, and it just blows our mind that people can be that disrespectful that they will commit to an appointment and even the day before commit to it and not honor it. Now, we know emergencies come up, but sometimes people don't let us know that either, which is disrespectful. Even if they let us know that a day or two later, that would be very respectful. So don't waste other people's time. A lot of people waste other people's time. People who are chronically late are passive aggressive. They have control issues. Number 5, if you want somebody to respect you, stop gossiping immediately. When you talk about other people, you are creating an atmosphere where the person that you're talking to automatically knows that you talk about them too. And that is really a form of disrespect, okay? Number 6, stop being too nice. Sometimes we have to distinguish kindness from always having to do things for other people because of a self-esteem issue. Being a pushover is highly undesirable. People don't want somebody to be a pushover. That's not a form of respect. And if somebody is so chronically nice that they never have any issues whatsoever, you stop actually trusting them because you might think that they have an ulterior motive. And so there's another one, don't be too nice. You know what I mean. I'm always talking about kindness, but that person that's always so sweet, nice, it can be really actually annoying. Number 7, practice humility. You're not always right and you're not always the best, okay? Confidence doesn't come from being the best. True confidence comes from understanding humility. It's very interesting to me that I'm watching again a lot of people that are talking about spirituality and having their awakening and receiving gifts from God. And I had a very disturbing email last week from someone who went to a psychic medium that said something very negative to her and told her that she talked to God and it was God that was telling her this negative thing. It just blew my mind and broke my heart because that's not the way spirit talks. But for some reason, when we move from one side of the spectrum to the other as the pendulum swings, we forget that humility and that God actually talks to all of us, by the way, through our hearts, through synchronicity, the universe, through signs. Nobody's specially plucked on the earth to be a God-chosen person. But in everyday life, to practice humility, not to talk about things that are making you above other people. That's not confidence. That's actually insecurity. Have you ever known that person that lives in their glory days, like they're 60 years old and they were the high school quarterback and they're still talking about the winning game? You know, that kind of person. You understand what I mean. Number 8, if you want to have respect from others, have a moral code. And don't look the other way. Be able to speak up. You may or may not agree with Jane Fonda. And again, when I'm talking about this stuff, I am not talking that I do or I don't agree. Whether I do or I don't like what's going on in the government. I'm just talking about maybe we need to find some middle ground of respect with each other. So you may or may not like Jane Fonda because some people are still calling her Hanoi Jane. But the truth is, how much respect to have somebody that is 81 years old still live in a place where they feel like they can stand up and make a difference. So have a moral code. Number 9, be open-minded. You know, we have such closed minds lately that we're unable to listen to each other. It's really a sad thing. So I'm just going to repeat myself if I go over that. Number 10, add real value. Don't go along to get along, okay? Add real value. Don't go along to get along. You know, going along to get along doesn't make people respect you. Actually, again, it just makes people disrespect you. It's like you don't have a voice and people aren't going to give you one. Always do your homework is number 11. Like if you're going to talk about somebody, you can see I'm reading some paperwork here. I actually told Jackie we would talk about respect today, but I really work on my morning musings, as you know, and so I've done my homework so that you respect what I'm doing about respect today. So due diligence goes a long way. Number 12, be inspiring, be passionate, be encouraging, encourage somebody along their pathway, give them kudos and give them attaboys and give them that kind of faith in them that they deserve. So that be inspiring. Number 13, learn to say no. Oh, wow. Okay, so boundaries. Boundaries is so important in spirituality. Unless we learn to say no or to practice no, meaning that we don't do things that overstep somebody's bounds or even our own boundaries, then nobody's going to respect us. We have to keep boundaries in order to get the desired respect that we need from someone else. Number 14, don't believe in your self-talk. You know, that negative voice that's in our heads that is constantly telling us that there's something wrong with us or that we have an issue with ourselves, that parental voice sometimes. Don't believe in that self-talk. If you want other people to respect you, you got to respect yourself and allow yourself that self-respect to keep those boundaries, to keep your moral code, to keep your communication pathways clear, to always practice humility, to be open-minded, to add real value to a conversation, to be able to do your homework and present it, to have that power in your character to demand respect. Number 15, believe in your own ideas. If you have an idea and it's a good one, don't be afraid to share it. Maybe someone doesn't agree with you. Maybe that idea will be mulled over and you can do a brainstorm with somebody, but don't discount yourself. Number 16, speak up when you are being mistreated. Make sure that you're telling somebody. But have you ever told somebody something over and over and over again, and then they continue to do it over and over again, no matter how many times you tell them? Then stop talking, because they just plain don't respect it. They aren't going to give you that boundary. It's a waste of your energy and breath if you just keep talking about something and someone keeps doing it. So speak up when you're being mistreated, but if you speak up about it several times and the other person continues to get into that boundary space and do it, that's on them. That's their karma. Also, stand up for somebody else is number 17. If you want people to respect you, stand up for what you feel is right. Speak your mind, but do it in a way that is not putting somebody else down. That's number 18. 19, I just said, sometimes you just got to stop talking because you're just a broken record and somebody's not honoring you. Number 20, care about others, of course. And number 21, the big one, make sure that you are in control of your emotions. People who are in a constant state of reaction rather than response do not demand respect. So, those are the 21 aspects, 21 ways that you can earn respect from others. And remember that respect is the most important connection between you and someone else. So happy Monday. I had a great weekend, went to Sedona to a private yoga retreat. Thank you to dear Maria, what a beautiful lady, and all her wonderful friends from New York, New Jersey. And Kathleen Lusso, I'm sorry that you weren't there, and I will look forward to working this week with you on Morning Musings. Melinda Vail, the medium that makes a difference. Have a great day.